All right, guys. Let's do this.
How are you feeling, UFC Charlotte?
Yeah, UFC Charlotte. I feel like
Let's go.
I feel like the voice is failing me here.
Bellator 296.
You know what? I'm going to do it on the back end.
Bellator
But
Paris.
yeah, let's
What's that?
make some picks.
Yeah, let's make some picks.
Yeah.
All right, let's randomize this order. Something's going on with the old computer. You guys are just going to have to take my word for it here.
Oh, I love it.
All right, well,
Wait, there's two
you're going to have to trust me
randomizers?
because Eric will be going first,
Oh.
followed by Frank,
Love it.
followed by Ariel, and I'll be last.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to go over to the alternate lines, and we're going to go Charlotte main event under 3.5. Jairzinho Rozenstruik and Jalton Almeida.
I like what you're thinking. Minus 750.
We're going to go under 3.5
on the
on that
bus.
one.
Change it to
Keep
2.5
it
and
safe.
get it down to 450.
See, Ariel's going to come for me if I do that, number one.
No, do
And number
whatever you
two, just want a little. No. I've heard the way you talk about those things. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with it. Last week, I was the one putting my neck out. This week, I'm gonna play a little safer.
want. Respect.
Thank you. And just so you know,
Minus
we all
750.
rode with you under decision.
Yeah, we
last
did.
week.
We did.
I didn't even hear what
He said we all
me on
rode
what?
with you.
Yeah, sure.
It wasn't just you. It wasn't just you.
Yeah, we were all riding with you as a team.
for sure.
Yeah, that's how this works, Frank. Thanks.
Ian Machado, a minus 300 favorite, huh?
Big
think we
time.
need to have
yeah,
a chit-chat.
over D-Rock.
Incredible. Ultimately, and there's a lot of big favorites. Carlos
This is
Alberg.
my pick.
Oh shit,
Yeah,
my
I
bad.
do believe this is
Sorry. Sorry.
I understand. A little jet lag.
He's just helping, Frank. He's just helping you. We're all riding together. Remember?
All right.
So honestly, there's a couple of fights on here that very interesting, but I want to get on the bus. I want the bus to succeed, and I have been finding the heavyweight.
Look at Joe. Look at Joe right now.
Fights.
Joe's loving it.
He's just shaking his head at me. I'm gonna take.
I mean,
He's shaking his head in
he gives
disappointment.
this off like he's like done all this research. He's like, few fights that interest me.
There are a few, but I'm gonna go with a heavyweight
Tell us.
fight. Going money line, Carl Williams.
Carl Williams is a minus 400 against the plus 310 Chase Sherman. By the way,
I have that as 4.
does it sound like I'm speaking softly?
No, not really.
Okay,
No.
because the mic is just. That's why I'm taking it off here because it's just a mess. I mean, at this point,
Thanks.
sort of throwing up my hands.
Because it's too soft.
It just sounds like too like I don't know. It feels like I'm peaking. It feels like I'm hitting a ceiling, so it doesn't feel rich and deep like I like it. In any event, I'm looking at Carlos Alberg minus 450. I'm looking at Jalton Almeida minus 500. Ultimately, though,
Can't take Jalton,
yeah, I know.
right? Connor, can we take Jalton or no?
Nah.
No, ultimately, though, I'm going to go with my boy, Amisrael Chai, Natan Levy, minus 250 over Pete Rodriguez. Some say I don't always, pick the close ones. I'll pick the close ones for you. Shout out to my guy, Natan Levy.
Interesting there.
Yeah.
You know yourself.
You know,
I suppose you do know yourself. All right. I will, that gets us to minus 102 heading into the final pick. I will go to the fight does not go to a decision props. Wow. Was not the line I was expecting, but I will go to the co-main event. Anthony Smith, Johnny Walker to not go to a decision. Minus 500.
Ooh. So what are we at now?
I like it.
Yeah, well, I was expecting that to be a little bit lower, but that gets us to plus 138.
That's not bad.
I'm not
Listen.
knocking on wood here, but if we hit this,
Yeah, we're in the green.
are we in the green now? Are we in the black?
We are. Yep, we'd be in the black if we hit this one.
Let's go.
Okay.
We're
Okay, I
on
like
the
that.
bus.
All right, so it's the
Knock on
UFC
wood.
in Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Amazingly, it's on ABC. I remember there was once a time where the network events were like big deals. This one has completely flown under the radar, like UFC on Fox, ESPN, blah, blah, blah. This one's on ABC.
Yeah.
The main card is on ABC, amazingly. So it's a big platform. This is the same network that, is airing the NBA playoffs, but also all kinds of regular TV programming. But we also have Bellator in Paris. Pretty good card on Friday. Give us the picks, GC.
All right, I don't have any picks for Bellator in Paris. Thought about Gegard. Line is a little too blown out. Plus, don't want to go against Fabian. The Edwards have been good to this show. So I will start. Keeping it tight this week, but I am going to take a dog shot on Brian Battle going up against Gabe Green. I mean, last time out, Brian Battle got dominated by Renat Fakhretdinov. I was on Renat in that fight. I mean, 14 minutes of control time. It was not good, but I think he was outsized and he was just outclassed in that one. I think this is much more closer to his level of competition. I still think he has a decent ceiling in the UFC. Gabe Green, he's going to come forward. Of course, he's going to push that pressure. But every one of his UFC opponents has taken him down. I think Brian Battle can do that. I think he's dangerous once it gets to the ground. I think it's going to be a close fight, but I like him as an underdog this weekend. Next up, I hate to say it, I'm taking another shot, and it's actually going against the Parlay Pals. Pete Rodriguez, a little sprinkle on the KO line. So,
wow.
A lot of unknowns when it comes to our man Pete Rodriguez. He's only got 6 professional fights, all of them ending in the first round. Either he's doing the knocking out or he's getting knocked out by our good friend Jack Della Maddalena. Now, the thing with this one, in theory, Natan Levy should win this fight. The only thing is, going back and watching the tape, he does get hit. And Pete Rodriguez, if he's going to win, he is going to win by knockout. If you go back to his amateur career, 7 of his 9 amateur fights ended up him winning by knockout. All of his professional fights in the first round. There could be a world where he just falls off a cliff after the first round, too, if it goes that long. But the fact that he's like a plus 220 and his knockout line, which is, in my opinion, the only way he's going to win here, is plus 400. Natan Levy's the guy that gets it. I'm willing to take a shot on it. If it loses, I will absolutely not be shocked. But at the price, I thought it was worth a small play there. Next up, Cody Stamann going up against DSA. DSA, unbelievably athletic. I mean, finishing ability out the wazoo, but he is 37 at this point. I think Cody's going to be the faster guy here. I think he's going to be the more technical guy. He might not be the better striker, but I think he's got wrestling upside here as well. I think he needs to go back to that boring style where he uses the grappling and leans on that. But I think he can absolutely win a decision here. I think if you're going to play a prop, it would be Cody Stamann to win by decision. Golden Glove boxer, wrestling acumen, the much younger fighter. I think he gets it done. Now to the main event. Got to keep it interesting here. We start as a single play with a hedge because you know where I stand on the main event. If you know anything about me, it is Jailton Almeida. It is Jailton Almeida all day. You say this card is flying under the radar. That is couldn't be further from the truth. This is the time to shine. Jailton Almeida on ABC, on the main card. It's time to get to business. But what I'm going to do just in case, as a hedge, Rosenstruck, round 1 KO. I think that's the only way he's going to win is by KO, and I think if he does, he's going to do it early. Plus 1,200, I just couldn't pass up on that. But we move on to the parlays, where I do have, from last week, Chaos Williams and Jailton Almeida. Then I also have our man, the Black Jag, Carlos Olberg, and Jailton Almeida. Got some good exposure there. The way that I see this fight going, I think I'm going to come out. I think Rosenstruck knows exactly what is going to happen. He knows that Almeida is going to try to take him down. It's going to be dicey on the feet for a second. Obviously, Jairzinho can knock anybody out. Very high-level kickboxer. Think it'll be dicey. He's going to overextend. Almeida is going to get him to the ground, and then it's over from there. But on the off chance, we haven't really seen Jailton's chin tested. Jairzinho could finish him. So I also took, in 2 other parlays, the Almeida Rosenstruck under 3.5, anchoring 2 more parlays, one with Carl Williams and the co-main to not go the distance, and then Kim Baum over 1.5, and Gary Rodriguez over 1.5. So I knew I'd be there, but I have a lot of exposure on the main event. Anytime Jailton Almeida fights, I have a lot of exposure. And those are the picks.
I love the Charlotte Hornets inspired graphics.
Oh yeah, got to do it.
Yeah.
Got to do it. Anytime we travel, we're gonna customize it.
Yeah, no, I love that. All right, so potential Bellator or no Bellator at all?
No Bellator.
All right, fuck Bellator.
Kick back on the Friday evening, watch K-Guard, see what happens.
I agree.
I don't need the stress. I
agree.
That Bellator open hits,
you
realize you got 5 units down. You're like, we might go broke tonight, folks.
The thing I was stumbling and stammering over in the beginning was Bellator's in Paris, but to me, with all due respect, the biggest news out of Paris came earlier today.
Oh, there it is.
With the signing of Cedric Doumbe to PFL. I mean,
Sign
I
of
don't
things
think
to
people
come?
are ready. I don't
Sign
think
of
people
things to
know.
come?
I don't think people understand like how massive this is. Well,
Yeah.
first of all, for one, he's saying he tweeted his next fight June 23rd, Atlanta, which means, unless I'm reading this wrong, that he's either going to be like in some kind of exhibition or possibly in the actual tournament, like maybe as some kind of replacement or some fighting his way in. Which is exciting in and of itself. But yeah, man, I don't think people are ready for this dude.
This is your guy.
I don't think
this
they
is your next
understand.
Izzy.
This is my guy.
We trying to go, Rick? We can stay at my parents' house. We
For
can stay at Mom
Doumbe, I
and
might.
Pop's.
Wow.
I just might. For Doumbe,
I'll show you
it's
around the
different
town.
than Izzy. I'll say this.
A-Town down?
Here's why
I'm
he's
there.
different. There's things that could be less convincing than this. I'm getting intrigued here. He's a like championship level kickboxer, right? Izzy didn't capture a glory championship, but obviously he was a very high level fighter. Alex Pereira did, right? Alex Pereira. If we're looking at like the decorated kind of kickboxers who were from glory and came into UFC, we're talking Izzy, Alex, Giga. Giga was a very high level fighter. Dustin Jacoby to a lesser extent. But man, Cedric Doumbe's resume is insane. But also what you're getting is a promoter, a showman, whether it be in the ring, he dances around, he taunts his opponents, he knocks them out. You get the promo clips that him and his team are making up on the spot. If people are unfamiliar, the best way you could introduce yourself to Cedric Doumbe is go find the YouTube video of Pray for Myrtle, which was a YouTube video that him and his team created ahead of his one of his kickboxing bouts against his rival Myrtle Groenhart, where he's in a church confessional and explaining the terrible things he's going to have to do and praying for salvation with a priest for the things that he's going to have to do. It's incredible stuff. He's a showman. He's a storyteller. So you're getting a knockout artist. You're getting a dude who can sell things. It's a huge win for PFL. I'm very excited about Doumbe. This is my guy.
202,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Wow. All right, he's got a following.
Yeah, he puts out content, man.
This is the good stuff. Doesn't need to even be in the tournament, if you ask me. Just get him on there, and they've got their expansion in Europe.
Please,
don't put him against a wrestler.
Please just don't match him up with some guy with an Av last name. Is anything other than that. Please, I'm begging. Just let him showcase his striking.
By the way, we got some breaking news here, guys.
Oh, wow. Excited.
Tell me.
Now, I say this with a bit of a grain of salt just because I'm live on the air and this is all happening, but I'm told, and I don't even know if this is out there. I don't think it is. Is there a main event out there for July 15th?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, so I'm, it's all happening on the show. People say I don't break news and stuff. It's just because, like, sort of like out of the game, It's just like hosting press conferences and stuff. It's like it's hard to keep up on all the breaking news. Holly Holm versus Mayra Buena Silva is going to be the main event at 135 pounds on July 15th. So, in case you wanted that one, as first reported by the MMA Hour, please.
Yeah, I did want that.
Yeah,
I was
by the MMA Hour. No, it's a big one.
Anxiously, yeah, a big one for sure. No doubt about it.
We're back, baby. We're back in the game.
Do we know where that's going to be?
I wish my microphone was back. What?
Do we know where that's going to be at?
Wow.
July 15th, I think might be. I have no idea. No, I have no idea. Let me see. No, nothing here.
It was in Long Island that time last year.
That's true. By the way, how insulting is it if they're like, hey, we want you to headline the Apex? Like, oh, wow.
I think it's a very real possibility.
No, but just like in general, if you're a fighter and that's what you're told.
Yeah, Holly Holm, too.
No, but if it's like, you're just like, you're going here, you're going there, you're going there, and like, oh, I got to go to the Apex. It's a bummer. Anyways, gents.
It's going to be a banger. No doubt. Certified.
I'm done.
Cool.
I'll talk to you guys Monday.
Yeah, sounds good, man.
Thank you so much. Guys, thank you. Thank you to everyone who sent in questions. Good luck with all your betting action. Oh, there he is.